We got everything ready. And screen space, there's a familiar name, but whatever it is. Got a pretty good sized field here. Yellow flags on the racetrack. Got 15 laps, 5 minutes of qualifying, go when the car ahead of you goes. If someone's not going, just overtake them. So if someone's asleep, just overtake them. Okay. Alright, let's get this one out ready.
Pushes. How am I supposed to do that?
Green flags out on the racetrack. Timer starts as soon as we see a car crossing the line. 5 minutes. I was trying to. Did we clear the board by the chancers? Alright. Little fuck up there. Sorry for the lack of organization. We're gonna leave it out for an extra 5 minutes here for Z Project. With the board now reset. Basically, it's 5 minutes plus an extra lap, so should be slightly longer than usual. Sorry for the lack of organization. We would have had that a little bit different, but there's people that were unmuted that shouldn't have been, so we were a little bit distracted there. Anyways, back into the action up front. It looks like pack leaders is between Chiquito and Banjo's two Rev Sport teammates as they cross it over through the hairpin. So far, Banjo holds quick time. It's a 59.269, or 269. But he's running a purple sector 1. How does sector 2 looking now, making his way up the hill? Now, unfortunately, that's not a valid lap there. So again, one of the most important parts is getting a valid lap to start off with. So this time by, we'll run it again. Looks like Banjo now makes his way across turn 1. Any different lap times? Look like shuffle on the debut MITS car race. Now making their way around the first couple turns, bouncing around. As he has a 1 minute there. Mr. Monaco with more lag issues. We've been having them throughout the weekend. So we'll get back to them. They've had about 2 disconnects so far in the last hour, so we'll see where that one goes. And as it is who we're watching currently, they make the way to the breaking point with Mancho again. Purple sector 1 overtakes Arisneta. Your Mrs. MITS car here. as it goes. Banjo has gone the quick time. It's at 58.754. That's very fast. Silver Woomy has also been not far behind. But again, Banjo's another purple time there. Back to the action. Of course, Banjo's again on a purple sector 2. Here he goes across the front straightaway. And there's a little bit of a pack behind developing. Meanwhile, Banjo's goes in for another time. Unfortunately, well, it was slower, but also was not valid. But that was a very fast couple sectors there. Arizona is right behind Silver there for position. She's loose. And she is frozen. But she'll continue to go through the track. And the side-by-side Silver now overtakes Mr. Monaco has indeed disconnected, so that's going to put them so far in the back of the field. So you don't have a valid lap quite yet set. No major lap differences this time, although there could be a couple position switches. Arizona currently P4 on the racetrack. As to make their way through sector 2 into 3. Now make her way across the front straightaway, and she will get another foul. Will she improve any? No, unfortunately. Although looks like Chiquito's moved out to second place, moves Silver Woomy out of the way. This is a little bit trailing back there. We got 1 minute left in this qualifying, so Banjo's got to really push it here. I think it's within the range of possibility for him to make it in time, but we'll keep you guys posted. Remember, even if the timer's out, but the leader crossed the line already before then, that means you are not done. You're heading to your final lap. So do be aware of that. Here's Banjo now making his way across sector 2. He's going to really have to push if he wants it. He could back off and secure a pole, but he's also green on his first sector, so that could also be something to mind. I think it's very within the range of possibility he'll be able to cross the line just in a nick of time. Here we go. 2 cars in second place now, side by side. Banjo crosses the line. We all have 1 more to go, folks. So 1 more once you cross the line, guys. Keep on going. Once you cross the line, you're on the white flag. Although, Gallant, if you get overtaken here, then that means you are currently on your final lap. And now you are. And I'll teleport Ferrari. And Gallant is, dead. Somehow. So, cross the line, please, and finish your laps. We'll get to him in a second. Meanwhile, NASA, you still got 1 to go, I believe. It is up to Banjo, so we got 1 to go there, NASA. Banjo's is now making the way across the start-finish straight. Here they go, finishing their laps. And it's checkers out for Banjo, and now right behind Chiquito. Will they have anything to hold up for? They do not improve position. So cross the line when you can, guys. And that should be it for qualifying today. We're going to now focus on removing the rest of the cars, and we will help you Catmate in just a second. Don't overtake Naza, Banjo, and Chiquito back off from overtaking Naza, please. We're not gonna leave the rest of the... is there anyone in a rental car, Aris? Yeah, there's Shuffle. Okay. Could you try to remove those then? Alright. I'll get the rest of the field. Want to reduce the lag a little. Right. Just head to the pit lane in the following position. So first place is Banjo. Z Proch. don't worry, we still got that on stream. That was a misclick. So positions. Oh God, I'm sorry. Positions are Banjo in first, Chiquito in second place. I accidentally removed the board, but don't worry. Just line up on the start-finish line straight. I got it on the stream, so it's not the end of the world. It is Banjo, Chiquito, Eris, Netta. Give space for Eris. She's doing some stuff at the moment. Silver, Shuffle, Twin, Naza, Gallant, and then Mr. Monaco. Okay? Those are our positions for today. If I need to repeat myself, I'll do it again. I guess we'll line up on the grid. Some news is that we do not have a start. We don't have a proper looking line system, I think. Let me test that. Oh, we do. Okay. You know what? We're going to do a grid start. We'll do a grid start this time. I honestly thought... Wasn't there, like, not... You know, I'm not going to complain. Okay, we'll do a grid start. Yes, but also there's no point to do that. Where's Mr. Monaco's car? Eris? Oh, well. Eris, how do I delete these extra cars because they're all grouped together? I think I might just fly them off the map. Okay. Eris, can I fly the cars off the track? Like the, rentals? Okay. You sure? Because they are, how are we gonna remove them? Because they should be removed to reduce lag. We can't select them with F3S. They're all grouped together. Alright. Where is Eris currently? Where'd you put Mr. Monaco's car? Oh, right there. So again, our corner cuts limit today is going to be 30 in this class. That should mean an average 2 cuts per lap. Try to stay on the track as best as you can. What is it, Chiquito? Yeah, but you're also probably trying to push a little harder than... As long as you focus on staying on track, it should be good. You also had over, you also were over the amount of laps you were doing, so don't worry. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Eris. I think we are good to go now, so we're gonna keep that light yellow. So, for those that have never done a grid start before, I think you all have, but I might as well just explain. So do not go in this one. This is just an exemplary start. So look at this. And I'll fix it once we cross the line, don't worry. I promise. So you see how all these lights turn red? You guys would be going when it goes black, but don't actually go yet. I think you guys are all ready though, okay? We're gonna reset the laps now. So, you guys are ready. start this thing up here. So start from the back of the grid up, just getting the drivers here. Missing out for qualifying, got the 7 by RA Club. Then there's a 3 driven by Galant Fan. That's training on the 10 Golf car. There's 20 in the 32, the 25 driven by Shuffle. Silver in the 64, Eris in the 77B Fortune Machine. Then there's Chiquito and our pole sitter is Banjo. Let's go into it. Oh, now it hops out. Alright. Start your engine, guys. Let's get this going. Go when the lights turn black. Don't go for it. There's lights out and away we go. There we go. You know, the view names tab open so we can see who's who. Looks like Chiquito to an early lead here. She goes a little bit wide. The rest of the cars, though, now they're sector 2, and I think Chiquito holds off first place. Twin in second, Banjo in third, and the rest is through. Got a couple cuts early on in the race. Nazatrino gets very loose, but they hold themselves under control. And I think Twin now makes a move there, and Twin to the lead. Arizona in second place. We're going to increase the cut limit to 40 cuts. Don't run off the track all the time, though. The cut limit's going to move is pushed up to 40. And looking at how it goes, Arizona side by side for second place. Although the battle up front is just continuing to go on. Twin is there leading, although there's 3 cars all with each other. That's Banjo, Chiquito, and Eris all with each other, just fighting for position. Banjo goes a little wide, Chiquito goes through, Eris netted to the inside as they go through sector 2. Twin Turbo V6 still being hunkered down little by Banjo as they make the way through sector 2. And I think Arizona is still side by side there with Chiquito, though she's going to run a little bit ahead. Cars now make their way through the hill, and Eris cuts through. Great line by Arizona, as our cars now look like Eris might be making a move here on Twin on the final turn. They go side by side for the lead down the front straightaway. Eris is going to touch a little bit of that grass there now through the front stretch in this very short sprint. Arizona down the inside, crossing over to Twin Turbo V6. They now head towards the back straight, and I think Eris now has secured her lead. I think Banjo has also stayed ahead in the podium. All depends on the breaking point. Twin looks like a good run there for Twin, although RA Club is having issues. We'll check on him next lap. I think we might want to just park him if he has another issue. Arizona staying ahead of Twin Turbo V6. As the two of them still maintain side-by-side action here. The two of them crossing it over. And I think Twin will stick ahead. So again, if Mr. Monaco is still stuck there in next lap, we will call a caution. Actually, we'll call a red. So it will be a race back red. Here we go, though. Twin is around. And leading us off with Banjo in second is Mr. Monaco still. I think he has disconnected. We are under red flag conditions, but keep on racing to the line. Keep racing to the line, folks. Once we get to the red flag, do a cool down lap and head to the front stretch pit lane. Just try not to go too fast. Twin goes a little bit wide there. Banjo right behind. We're just going to call a caution so this we don't have too many yellow laps here. Arizona smacks the wall, but it's going to be a close race back. I think it will go in favor of Twin, although it all depends on the exit. Here they go. I think the race back now will go to Twin Turbo V6. Banjo in second, Eris in third, Silver in fourth, Chiquito in fifth. Then there's Shuffle. Behind Shuffle's Nazatrino. Nazatrino is Galant. that will be your positions. We are under red flag conditions, so pace in your position, please. Pace in your position and line up in the pit lane on the front stretch. Not this one, the other pit lane, please. Just please make way. Where did that Ferrari go? It's over there, so we will be doing a rolling start. And hopefully with only one pace lap to do. So we'll head back. Yep, just head to the end of the pit lane here. Maintain your order. And Glove, for your own safety, you might want to push up a little more when you pace, but that's probably just a you thing. Alright, just line up in order, please. Do not overtake the person ahead of you. Now as a train will cut down that gap a little. Everyone push up a little here. Shuffle, move up. Just kind of squeeze in. We are gonna give 2 minutes till we consider Mr. Monaco DNF. And if he doesn't consider, he's gonna be pulled from the race. In the meanwhile, how about an interview? Let's interview Twin Turbo V6 here. It's been a bit of an interesting race. How do you think this one's gonna develop?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be pretty close between me, Banjo, and Eris. Maybe Silver as well, because he seems to have pretty good pace. So maybe we might see a pretty good battle. Maybe even four-way battle for the lead if we get lucky and everyone is like pushing like hell. Might see that. But if I'm gonna think like realistically, probably just gonna be me and Banjo up on the lead and maybe like Eris like a second behind or something. I think that's probably how it's going to play out. But yeah, I just like right now I literally just found a way to improve my lap times by like 2 seconds, I think. And I'll explain that at the end of the race because I feel like some people aren't doing that, and it'll probably give them a pretty good advantage too. So
Please crash.
yeah.
Alright, thank you.
These cars are kind of hard to crash in areas. I don't think I can do that.
Oh, Ferrari's just joined in time, so we're gonna head right back now. Serve into your cars. We're gonna start this one back up. Yeah, if we did that while there was a if we did a caution in this race for a disconnect, I feel like it probably would have taken us 5 laps out of the race, so I don't want to do that to us. Let's try to see if we could go for 1. Is everyone in their cars? Waiting on Cat, Made, and Aerosnet to get your cars, and we'll go back to caution. Alright. Go in the car ahead of you goes. We are currently under yellow flag conditions. Please maintain a position with the driver ahead of you. I'm going to increase pace now. Aerosnet, please push up. Aerosnet. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm trying to watch the gap going on here. It'd be convenient if we had a pace car driver, but a little preoccupied. Galan fan, please move up. Maintain 50 miles an hour once we get into position. Galan fan, move up, or else I will allow Ferrari to overtake you. Alright. I'm gonna speed up. Again, maintaining 50 miles an hour. I'm gonna actually skip this, but I'm 50. Mr. Monaco, please push up, or else we're gonna start without you. Green flag, do not take it until you cross the line. I'm watching you. Alright, good. As a trainer fell a little bit back, but everyone else is pretty good here. I think we are good on names too. 9 cars today, pretty good field. I think Ayers could be closing in the gap a little bit with twin turbo V6. They now make their way over the crest. Cars down to the braking point. And Ayers again going very wide here, just all that understeer. As Banjo's to the inside of their FedEx machine. I think Silver Lumi also side by side with, I think that's Shuffles in the white and black car over there. Twin Turbo V6 in his fake Lotus is still dominating today's race. As I see 3 wide there for a couple cars, there is action all over the place. Look at that. Meanwhile, they're side by side for second place, but I see 3 wide there between Silver Woomy, Shuffles, and Chiquito. Just great racing overall by all of these drivers. Arisnetta gets a little loose. That's going to cause her to fall back into third. Second place, Banjo takes over. Meanwhile, once again, the 3 cars, they're just battling with everything they've got. A little bit of rubber banding. You got a little bit of a chess game going on here as they make their way through into the hairpin. And I think going across the braking point, that is a hard break by Shuffle. He's going to try as much as he can. How about the rest of the field? I think Banjo's pushing up. He might be closing in that gap a little bit here and there. Harris gets loose, but Banjo pushing up towards our leader. It is absolutely great there. You know, Silver in the yellow machine there. And I think he's saying it his gap a little bit. Oh, that was the case. He got a little loose there. He might be losing that. How about up front? Arisnetta to the inside of Banjo and clears them out of the corner. Arisnetta closing in on the race leader, but she's going to fall back. Just push all that energy into the entrance. Lost a bit on the exit, just back into third. But meanwhile, Banjo's closing in on the race leader. Only about a car length separating the two. We're already halfway done with this race, by the way, as our leaders now make their way through the hairpin. That is just absolutely fantastic by all the drivers here today. There's Ned down the inside of Banjo. As she clips a bit of the barrier. I think, as it stands, I'm pretty sure this means that every single race this weekend has had a different race leader. I think it was Jack Crow, Perf, and then it was Tenaflies, and today it's either going to be Twin, Arisnetta, or Banjo, and I'd like to see Banjo do well today. Banjo's not quite a racer in any of the other classes. He did show up for practice. Here he goes overtaking Arisnetta in the MITS car race. He's currently fighting for second. We got a car around on the track. That is NASA. And NASA is reset, so we have another red flag on the racetrack. So it's a race back right here. We'll watch this one as best as we can. Our car is now making their way down the hill. So again, we are under red flag conditions once again, but it's going to be a very close race back. But Twin will get it back. Banjo in second, Eris in third. Silver in fourth. Chiquito in 5th. Shuffle in 6th. So again, we are under red flag conditions. Mr. Monaco in 7th, I believe. And I think it's going to be Gallant Fan. And Naza has had an issue. And Gallant Fan cuts the entire corner there. So, we'll get back to it. Remember that caution laps can still get you penalized, so be aware not to get too many cuts. That's twin cuts. This might have been about the longest MITS car race they've ever had. Mainly just because of cautions. Drivers keep on disconnecting. Now's a train of the disconnected there. So we'll give them till we're gonna interview errors probably in this period. Please line up in the pit lane once again. Red flag on the racetrack. And Gallant, make sure to overtake me. I am driving the car of the guy that disconnected. Gallant. Gallant. What are you... See in the VC? There's a car currently with no attention span currently driving around the racetrack. I don't know why he's trying to get cuts too in the meanwhile. He got like 5 cuts in this lap alone. I actually have a plane photo. This fucking idiot. Alright. Gallant, overtake me. Line up in 8th. Yep. Alright. Eris Netta. Want to talk to you actually. You of course are the maker of the car, and yes, you did. What are you looking into the race so far? How's it developed?
I mean, it's been going fine as usual. I'm stuck in 3rd. Nothing out of the ordinary. I just hope I can do well.
Alright. Love your scheme, by the way. Always looks great.
Yeah, I made it with my hand.
Very well made.
It was actually originally intended to have more decals, but I forgot to put them on.
Ah, and you just never bothered to.
Because yeah, and I never bothered to correct that because the rear is supposed to have more decals and the top of the car too, but I just forgot.
I see. Is there anything else you have coming up to finish this race?
I mean, as always, the racing is awesome. Like, everyone's super bunched up. And, I mean, yeah, this has been the most amount of, like, caution/interruptions in a Miata race. Now that I think about it.
Been a pretty long race.
Yeah. I actually want to check something. Oh, yeah. Let's get it going. Naza just said he had a power outage.
All right. We will go on without Nas again. All right.
And yes, Gallant, you passed us while we were waiting in the pit lane.
Yellow flag is out. Increasing pace. Alright. And hopefully we could get a pretty good 3-lap shootout coming up going here. That'll be pretty intense. We need our cars to push up here, Eris, please. Thank you. The names on. Need Eris to push up again, please. Alright. I'm now going to accelerate, maintain 50. Or move to the car ahead of you. God, we get a 3-lap shootout that doesn't need to have overtime. If so, that would be the first race ever. Alright, watch your pace, watch your pace. Watch your pace. Got a Eris Netta that's going slow, but we're gonna go green on the racetrack. Watch yourself there. That was a messy restart, but we'll let it slide. RA Club has jumped though. Alright, if you could back off a couple spots, please. Okay, you're cleared. Moving back to the front of the field. That was a horrible restart by Silver, I think, but all things are set in stone at this point. I think Eris Netta will still have a chance, but so will Banjo. Banjo's pushing up to Twin. To get the top 3 right in their own level. Let's make the way around Sector 2. Eris gets a bit of a flick off her car, but she's going to keep on maintaining control. Banjo's right behind Twin Turbo V6. They make their way up the hill, down the hill now. There's a car in the background. I mean, a plane in the background. As Banjo now with a dive to the inside, and he side by side for the lead with 2 laps to go. I believe, right? Yes, sir. We got 2 laps to go, and our leaders are side by side. Density is all up. It's now or never. As Eris, with a desperate attempt, gets a little bit off the racetrack. Let's try not to do that one again here. So I think there's also a pretty good sized battle position for all the other positions back there. Anyways, back up front, Eris Netta crossing over side by side with Banjo's just behind Twin Turbo V6. Only a couple tenths there. The quickest lap on track is currently Twin. He's on a green, and it's a very fast green. Eris is going to go over the sausage curb, where she's right behind Twin. This time by, we have 1 more lap to go, and now as they make their way across the front straight, white flag in the air for our entire field. Here they go. This feels like an oval race with the amount of cautions we've had, but it's felt great. Banjo's side by side with Eris Netta down turns 1, 2, and 3 crossing over. Eris will get the better hand of the stick though. As they close in on Twin Turbo V6, 3 cars here. Now to the hairpin. Is there going to be any takers? Looks like Banjo's gets a very good move on Eris Netta. Might even be able to pick up a little gap on Twin. Eris gets a bit loose. Banjo's on the bumper of Twin for a moment. As we wind down through the final turn. This is the final lap of the weekend, folks. Here we go. It's all up for the taking. Eris side by side with Twin Turbo V6. They make their way down the final turn. Eris gets a move for the lead, but here comes Twin Turbo V6. We go side by side now, and it looks to go in favor of Eris Netta. Second place going to be Twin Turbo V6. Banjo now going to watch the next race. For 4th place, it's Chiquito, Silver, RA Club, Gallant, and then after Gallant is, I believe, Shuffles. So Shuffles, unfortunately for him, has had a late race fumble. But Arisneta wins the race. So there's Aris with a win. All right. We'll get to our podium here. So that's gonna be Arisneta, Twin, and Banjo. So, if you guys could head to the pits, please, and hop off your cars. We're gonna start the interviews. Where is Twin? I got it. Yep. What was it, Banjo? Oh, they didn't even join. Oh, they left right off the bat. Okay. Eris with the win today. That was a very, very close finish. If you're there.
It was strange. I mean, what usually happens at the end of these races is that I just fucking turn my brain off because I know that if I try to look at the other cars, it's not even going to be good because of VLAG. I've been struggling this whole race with something that I need to fix, and it's the fact that I think the cars have the rain script. So every time I was touching something, it was giving me a hella, like, frame drops. So I just had to, if I wanted to, like, kind of stick through the straights, I had to just go to the other side and then dive into the line. Because if I touched anything, I would just have issues. It was a fun race. This class is always interesting for, like, battles because the cars are pretty even, and I will agree, I don't remember who said it, but this was like the best for this track. Because I mean the cars turn. It's between this and the micros, but I feel like I don't know, something about the micros. There's still a pretty decent skill gap with the micros. And in this, they're decently easy cars, so anyone can really just hop in and try them and just do at least okay. Oh, there's a plane. Yeah, good job to everyone. It's a shame that everybody left. Because, like, most of the people competing were European, now that I think about it.
They probably had to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, big ups to my man Chiquito for not sleeping. Hashtag sleep deprived AO. I mean, he is. I'm pretty sure he's like the most Western of the Europeans that participate, so he kind of has that excuse. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Good job to everyone. Good job to Twin. Good job to Chiquito, not Banjo, because Banjo's dead. Yeah, you can double it and move on to the next person.
All right. Thank you there, Arisnetta. And now we have Twin Triple V6. How'd the car feel today?
Pretty good, honestly. Like no issues at all. It just felt like no understeer, no oversteer. I could just push it through the corners and it would stick, which is what I love. And that's kind of my driving style. Like if a car doesn't do that, if it just doesn't like throw itself into a corner, I'm probably not going to be very good with it. That's kind of why I was slower with the GTIs, because they weren't like super easy to handle, I guess, compared to these. But yeah, I just like driving these cars. The race was controversial, just to say the least, but I definitely enjoyed the battle with Banjo I had for pretty much the entire race. We were pretty much on each other's heels the entire time. I would like to point something out, so I'm going to do one of these stream things again. Yay! I'm not sure if... Oh wait, no, this is Roblox, sorry. Here we go. Correct one. I would like specifically Robo to watch, but anyone else can watch if you want as well. So as you know, this is the final lap, final few corners. Specifically this area where Eris goes a little wide and I get a really tight line, and I end up getting a better exit than Eris. And my shifting is like almost perfect. I had no issues with shifting. I didn't like clutch kick or anything. It was just like smooth shifts the entire time down the straight. So I didn't really have any issues from here on in. So I got a better exit than Eris, pretty much alongside her. Almost ahead of her, and then how? And then a few seconds later, she manages to pull like a 5-car gap. Even though I got a better exit, had no problems with shifting. It just, I don't know, doesn't make sense to me. Same thing with Banjo. Banjo was pretty much right again, like was like same distance away from me a few seconds ago. Yeah, like I get a better exit than him. So it makes sense me pulling away from Banjo because I got a better exit than him. But me getting a better exit than Eris, it doesn't make sense for her to pull away from me. Just pointing that out. But yeah, other than that, the race was fun. Just something I wasn't really liking too much. But yeah.
I don't know. I myself can't really give testimony. I can't speak for myself.
Yeah.
You will not hear from my lawyer because I can't afford one.
Alright, well, next up here, thank you there, Twin, we got Chiquito. Filling in for Banjo, I suppose. How are you doing? That looked like a lot of action throughout the race.
Yeah, Banjo had to leave for personal issues, so yeah, I will be representing him in this podium. Both him and I are pretty disappointed. Like, at the start of the race, I had no pace at all. I was doing like 4 seconds slower than my qualifying pace. And he had a pretty good race until the end. It was actually like bad luck. I think he could have easily won the race, but well, shit happens. Well, yeah, pretty good race actually. Just a bit disappointed.
Alright, thank you there, Chiquito. Awesome performance throughout the weekend for you, but we're gonna move on to Catmate, who's had a bit of struggling. How are you doing? Had a great interview yesterday. Catmate, do you copy? We could hear you typing there. Are you there, Catmate?
Shut the fuck up, I'm eating bread.
Based.
All right.
Bro knows how to do an interview.
That was emotional. I'm on the edge of tears right now.
I'm fucking hungry.
All right.
For the entire race, I had one hand on my keyboard and the other and the other hand on the bread.
Was the bread driving during the pacing?
Don't question that.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you could
I
have just
don't.
said yeah.
I was I thought so. I was so focused on catching back up because I had such a bad restart. No, I didn't realize that any of you went into pits. I was looking at like what speed I was in. Then I looked up. I saw there was red flags. I thought you were all in front of me, so I was trying to catch back up, obviously, to like get back in the pack. And I saw the message saying you fucking retard, because, well, I am. And yeah, turns out you had already like gone into the pits, but I didn't realize.
All right. Well, thank you there, Catme. We hope to see you next week.
Huh?
What?
I can't hear him.
It'd be cool to see you next week.
I literally can't hear him. Can someone help me, please?
Yeah, Robo's mic is pretty quiet, to be fair.
Yeah, can
Don't
you
know
tell
why.
me? Can you just say what you?
Is your mic volume maxed out
I think
Like-
it is.
on
that's
on
good.
control panel? Like go to control panel and go to sound, and then you should be able to find your mic and turn the volume to the maximum. If not, boost it if you can, because there's usually that option too.
Very tight.
Did you just ask me something?
No.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll just try to figure that one out.
Oh, by the way, the racing Twin Turbo. Was it you that said yesterday during the Rocks mods after I left VC? Were you the one that said that next thing you know, next race, this man's literally gonna come with a fucking guillotine on wheels?
No, that was
The Crucian.
I think that was Dale.
Can you let him know that I actually fucking made that?
Yeah, he did.
It's a drift car too. If you're interested.
This guy's a mad lad.
What?
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 Who got
Sounds
quick time,
like
by
you're
the way?
sucking
Let me
on
check the
something.
guy.
Twin did.
I'm going to leave. Have a good night.
Alright,
Bye. Good
Have a
night.
good night.
Good night, Mr.
Night.
Irish.
Night.
Who was our pole sitter then?
Twin.
Was it Twin?
Yeah. No, that was I had quick time.
Wait.
I think Banjo was bull.
Hey, weren't you pole center?
No, it's Banjo.
No, I was like 6th.
Oh, okay. Then I'm delusional.
Wait,
what?
Oh, yeah.
You know? Oh.
Yeah. By the way, I literally found like 2 seconds of pace by shifting earlier. That's it. I was literally red banging the gears the entire lap. That's why I was getting like 1 minute.
Oh, wait,
Second
what
round.
RPM?
8,000. I was shifting at.
What RPM? 8,000? Huh.
Yeah, I was shifting at like 9,000 before. It literally gained me 2 seconds somehow. I don't know how. That's all I did. I swear that's literally all I did to gain that much time.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, Robo, do you know like? Sorry.
Go ahead, say it. I was about to finish the stream up.
Huh?
Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I was about to finish the stream up.
I can't hear him.
Say what you're gonna say. I was gonna finish the stream up.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, how many corner cuts did you have during the race?
It was supposed to be like
Like,
40.
was that a limit?
40?
40?
Yeah.
Oh, because I realized that there is a part of the track that you can completely cut and it only gives you one corner cut.
Well, there's a cut there though.
Yeah, it's one, but like 15 laps.
Yeah, you can cut T1 completely and it gives you one cut.
That's cool.
T1, yeah. Also, the last turn, the last couple of turns too.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, I don't know what the problem with that is.
I attempted to catch up to Silver using that because I wanted to fucking beat him.
Oh.
Because
Obviously,
I like making fun of him because it's fun,
I see.
you know.
Um, I think this is probably a good point to finish up the stream. So thank you guys for watching. We're gonna move on. Next week we're going to Russia, so that's gonna be a fun one. That track has not been seen since 2021. Needs a lot of revamping. This is gonna be a fun week. That's sarcasm intended. So I'll see you guys. It's got a bunch of safety hazards, but it should be great. So till next time.